Hey guys, one of my longtime hobbies has been photography, and recently I've been getting more into videography as well. I'm not a professional, but as a hobbyist, I still need some reliable way to organize my footage. I store all my photos and videos on the external SSD drive, and I do regular backups on the external HDD drive. Importing media might sound simple, you just need to connect your camera or an SD card and copy files over. In reality though, it's a bit more tricky as it involves several steps. You need to have some input folder, organize files into subfolders based on parameters like resolution, frame rate, codec, and so on. That means inspecting each file, figuring out details, and sorting everything manually. The problem is that this routine is really time consuming and it always adds some little friction to your content management process, especially if you care about keeping your media organized for editing later. This is a problem even for me as a hobbyist who has only one mirrorless camera. But if you are a professional working with multiple cameras, drones, action cameras, whatever, chances are you'd like to have one magic button that would copy and organize all the footage in a consistent and reliable way. I've been searching through existing solutions to do this kind of import, but everything that I found was something really comprehensive and not very easy to use. I wanted to achieve something like this. On the input we can get media files from all over the camera devices, and on output there would be a single organized media folder with my photos and videos structured in a way to use them quickly and easily for any purpose. This is how I came up with creating my own simple and minimalistic tool called Droplens. I published this app just recently and it's available on the App Store for macOS absolutely for free. And now I'll show you how I use it and why you might consider using it as well. On the first run, you get this simple how-to informational window, getting you familiar with the main app purpose and basic steps on how to use it. This window appears only on the first run, but then you can always call it from the Help tray menu. Now let's stop our media input location. I go to the preferences and here I have separate tabs to set up photo and video input folders respectively. Until you provide target location and name pattern for photo and video files, button oak which saves your changes is disabled because those inputs are required for application to function. Let me start with photos. I set my inbox folder on my SSD as an input location. As a name pattern, I want to create the following structure. As you can see, I want to have photos, date and camera name as subfolders. They are separated by slashes. As a file name, I want to keep the original file name, and in addition, I want to have aperture and focal length parameters in the file name, and the extension will stay original. As a photo hobbyist, it's important for me to understand quickly at which focal length one or another photo is taken and what's the aperture value. But you can use any of these keywords, whether it's this folder or a part of the file name. You can see all the available options on the right. And also this text field has basic autocomplete feature, which can help you pick any of the available parameters on entering opening brace symbol. It works similar to IntelliSense on different code IDs. Now let's move to the video location and file name setup. As an input location, I'll choose the same inbox folder, but I'll distinct videos from photos by specifying the videos subfolder in the file path. Like with photos, I want to organize video files in subfolders depending on date, which is month and year, then on frame rate, and add codec and bit depth info to the original file name. This way I can quickly recognize which video files were taken with which codec setting. For example, on Canon, those files recorded in C-Log profile will have H265 10 bits, and those recorded in the plain format will have 8 bits. In the General tab, you can specify some more setting, how application handles duplicates. My personal preference here is to skip duplicates, but you can choose whatever you want. And you can also enable automatic cleanup for your original files on the SSD card once they are imported. Also, you can make this app start automatically on login, so that you don't have to be always running it once you restart your system. Once it's all set, I click OK to save changes. To start the import process, you can choose either of these options. You can connect your camera via USB and click Import from Camera, or you can just insert your SD card to the laptop and choose Import from Disk. This gives you the ability to choose any location for import, so let me quickly demonstrate it. I'll choose my SD card root folder. You don't have to go deeply into the structure of your SD card. All media files are automatically recognized by application during the import, so it's enough to specify just a root folder. During the import, you'll see a small progress window. Now, when the process is finished, you are provided with a summary window with some baseline statistics, like how many photos and videos were imported and how many were skipped, and links to the folders. Let's go by the link and check out result structure. As you can see, all photo and video files were imported according to the structure we set up in the preferences. Photos are organized into date folders, year and months, then into camera folder, which allows you organizing files from different camera sources, and then in the file name we see aperture value and focal length to quickly understand which parameters one or another photo was taken with. And videos are broken down into date folders, and inside of these date folders on the frame rate folders, and each file contains information about codec and bit depths. As I mentioned here, I can quickly distinguish my log profile footage, which requires color grading by H.265 codec and 10 bits. One more thing to simplify your workflow is that whenever you connect your SD card, the application automatically proposes you to start the import process. If you choose yes, then the same import process starts as if you choose import from disk option from the tray menu. On the left you can see the resulting structure after the import, and on the right you can see the initial files on my SD card. And the best thing here is that now I can easily import them to my photo or video editor with simple drag and drop. And once you do this simple setup, moving forward, you can just connect your SD card or camera via USB and do this kind of import just in one click, and the application will organize the files for you. That's it, really simple and really time-saving. Well, at least for me. Please give it a try and let me know what you think, provide your honest feedback, along with some recommendation you'd like to fix or improve in this application. I'm already working on the next version 1.1, where I implement some new features and fix some existing issues, and I would be really curious to get feedback from the real users. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.